Hey folks, today I want to talk to you about mental models. It might sound a bit random on this channel. Mental models are generally connected to designers and how designers design user interfaces for applications and software. But to me, mental models have been a very important communication tool throughout my career. And I'm a developer, I don't do design. I'm a design fanboy, I'm a design cheerleader, but I don't do design myself. I think mental models as a tool have been overlooked by a lot of people who are not in the front-end design side. It's a concept that is easy to understand. It doesn't take a long time to wrap your head around it and form your own mental models about mental models. But it's a communication tool that I think everybody, design, developer, management, QA, everybody should be kind of having a grasp on. Now, in short, mental model is the model a person form in their head about the thing they use. It's like a mental reflection of how a system works behind the scenes. In general, if the mental model matches the way the software actually works, or whatever you use actually works, that is usually perceived as easy to use system. Now, it actually isn't relevant if that's the way it actually works. The only thing is that it seems to be working the same way, and that's important. So let's take an example. A car has a steering wheel. You turn the steering wheel to left and the front wheels turn left. In your mental model, you might imagine the steering wheel being connected to the wheels and turning the wheels and so on. Now, in modern vehicles, that's more often than not the case anymore. It's drive-by-wire in many vehicles. So actually the turning of the steering wheel only sends a command to the computers to turn the wheels. There's no physical connection there. But it doesn't matter because the way it works matches the way we think it works, so we are intuitively able to steer the vehicles. The same thing about software. A button on the screen creates you this idea that you can press something, and when you tap it or press it with the mouse or whatever, it reacts the way you expect it to react. Now, if there's something that looks like a button and you create a mental model of that thing as being a button, a command, and it doesn't actually do that thing. It conflicts with your internal mental model that causes friction, and as a user, you stop. You go like, okay, what happened? And that is perceived as bad usability. Now, of course, that's a very small sample just to talk about single buttons. The mental model applies to the whole system. You edit files, for example. We talk a lot about the Nextcloud. So we form mental models how these files are edited, where are the files, are they in my hard drive, are they somewhere else, how other people are editing them. And for me to understand collaboration with other people, I need to understand how they work. Now, that understanding doesn't have to be exactly where the bytes are in the system. It has to match the way my interactions need to be done to operate the system correctly. So can I write here? What happens if there's conflict here? And so on. This applies to everything, and this applies to hardware, it applies to software, it applies to management, it applies to everything. So the intention of this video is to trigger people to take a look at mental models and learn the concept. It's a very easy concept to learn. I will leave some links in the description. You can take a look if you don't know where to start. But like I said, it's not really a difficult concept to grasp. It's a communication tool with you and your team. You can talk about how you see people interacting with you, whatever you built. So it's worth taking a look. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. Thanks for watching and greetings from the Munich Olympia Park. Have a good day.